Presentation should be visible right now.
Yes, we can
Right.
see the PowerPoint. And not on.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's good.
All right. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Or good afternoon in Vietnam. I'm saying good morning because I'm still in Belgium, of course. I will travel to Asia later today. I'm currently in the airport. But that being said, my name is Laurent Coleman. I'm the business development manager for Euroports Group, and more specifically, Euroports China. So I'm based in China currently. I lead the business development, as I mentioned, with a focus on the expansion of our group in Southeast Asia, also in China, but with the main focus on Southeast Asia. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Next to that, I also have responsibilities within the group regarding sustainability. So today I will give you a brief overview of what we do or who we are as Euroports Group, what our strategy is in terms of growth in Southeast Asia and other parts of the world. And then I will move on to also give you some insight what we do on sustainability and innovation. First and foremost, it's important to know that Euroports and Euroports Group, which is headquartered in Belgium, in Antwerp actually, which is the second biggest European port, is a port and terminal operator. So we own and we operate terminals and ports, 50 of them in total. But the heavy footprint actually, or we have a heavy footprint in Europe. We have actually 48 of them in Europe and only 2 in China. With that insight, we actually created a new vision as of last year. And our vision is that we at Europort Groups would like to bring essential goods to the people, of course, across the world. We do this through our port-centric network, as I mentioned, 50 terminals and ports. We try to do that more and more, let's say, in a sustainable manner. That sustainability, again, is it's not only a trend, it's becoming more key towards our future, of course. Now, in terms of
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So to give you more insight into Euroports, as I mentioned, we have 50 ports and terminals. I will show you a map later on, where we handle around approximately 70 million tons per year. We do that in 20 different countries for now, and also with a team of, let's say, 2,700 to 3,000 employees. The key strengths are actually that we have our own terminals and ports, which also have warehouses nearby, mostly in the port. Not only warehouses, but of course, dedicated storage. Could be for dry bulk, could be for break bulk or liquids. But again, something that makes us different as Euroports is that we focus only on bulk and break bulk. So the container part is only a small part of the volume that we handle. The main focus is on bulk, and on break bulk. Next to that, we also have a freight forwarding sister company called mp4 Logistics, who is also active globally and who actually provides freight forwarding services. Now, if we look at the commodities that we actually handle as a group, I mentioned 70 million on a yearly basis. We actually focus, let's say, on these 8 commodities, going all the way from agri-bulk, wheat, grain. We have, for example, one of our customers is Cargill. It's well known, of course. We have also our terminal in Antwerp, for example, has dedicated warehouses for fresh and frozen. In Germany, we have a liquid tank farm, one of the biggest currently, where we store liquid bulk. We also have also quite active, let's say, 20% in steel and metals, for which again we have dedicated warehouses, dedicated storage. They can come in by vessel, also by train, more nowadays. The biggest commodity of our group is forest products. It's historically grown. It's the main commodity actually what we do in China, but we also do it even in other countries like Belgium, Germany, Finland, Spain as well. Also, I need to mention that we are having the biggest sugar terminal in Europe, also again in the port of Antwerp. We handle a lot of raw sugar. And then the other commodities, fertilizer and minerals. Again, one of our biggest customers will be Yara. If you look at fertilizers for alternative energy, it's that we move more towards having project cargo related to building actually windmill farms. One of our latest projects is actually building up a port from scratch in Port Unveiled in France, which is fully dedicated actually towards alternative energy. This gives you actually an idea of what we do, what commodities we handle as Euroports Group. Now, as I mentioned, we have a new vision as of last year. Again, bringing more the focus on these essential goods that we try to bring across the world through our ports and connecting. Of course, the mission actually complements that vision. We again try to operate in the most efficient way. Let's say these terminals and these ports that we have. We try to provide value-added services to our customers. Of course, it's quite common sense that safety in these port operations is our biggest value among and the performance that we have to provide, also the respect to our people, the integrity and teamwork that we have among our colleagues and towards our clients. I will send you this presentation afterwards. There's for every slide more or less a video, just get some more detail. You can always get some more information. So we as the Euroports Group, as I mentioned, we try to create value through our logistics services. So this actually gives you quite a good indication where we are in terms of our position within the maritime transportation supply chain. So on the left side, you have a skipper. Then have the maritime transportation through shipping lines and all the way up, let's say, to the customer who then receive it. There are activities actually live that we provide from our terminals, or actually we can also provide it through third-party terminals if we have an agreement with them, and provide transportation, multimodal again, through rail, road, and barge. We provide them from the shipper on to our terminals. Then at that terminal, we can store it, or we can provide value-added services. Or they are again loaded on custom shipping lines. That is the part that we don't do. We depend on the container shipping lines or the break bulk shipping lines, talking about Costco, GTO, the break bulk and bulk part, talking about MFT, CMA, and so on for the container bulk. Once these goods reach the other terminal, again, we have 50 terminals, so we try to connect our terminals globally. We can again store your goods at our terminals or provide value-added services, with also the transportation after. Again, multimodal transportation, through road, rail, and barge, all the way up to your end receiver. So that is where our value creation actually lies. Transportation that we can then do all the way to the terminal storage activities there, being from, let's say, first mile all the way to the last mile. In addition to that, we also have a sister company, as I mentioned, mp4 Logistics, that provides supportive services, freight forwarding services, among that. In addition to that, we also do contract logistics, and that we provide operational services, that is, for third parties. We have, for example, we have a all-weather terminal we built quite recently for the customer ArcelorMittal in Ghent, that is in Belgium. That is actually a terminal that we built on their site. We provide and we operate that terminal. We provide the services to that terminal on their production site. Gives you an idea, and again, how we create value. Now, I mentioned 50 terminals. This gives you a very brief overview of some of them. As you can see in the map, we have a heavy footprint in Europe, actually the heaviest one. Most of our terminals are actually, on terminal operations, are focused in Europe. If you take our sister company among our activities, that's, let's say, footprint in Europe actually extends to more or less a global footprint. You can also see we have 2 terminals in China, one, let's say, near Shanghai, one more in the south. You can also see that we're active through our sister company, freight forwarding services in Southeast Asia. But as I will explain later, the growth strategy that we have is also to be active there in terms of terminal operations. That we really can operate or help operate together with partners, terminal activities. Above the map, you also see some of our terminals, and most of them, of course, based in the port of Antwerp, as you can see. We have quite some activity there, being with fertilizers, with containers, with sugar, as I mentioned. We also do a lot of forest and steel there. So again, a big footprint, of course, historically grown in the port of Antwerp. Next to that, you can also find us in neighboring countries, France, and Germany, Spain, and in Italy, also in Turkey and Bulgaria, and in Finland, actually, quite growing a lot. We doubled our terminals from 4 to 8 in a couple of years. So we're knowing quite some growth in the media. All right. So this was a short overview of the Euroports group. I have a video, but I saw that the sound is not working correctly. I've already posted into the chat, so you can definitely look at that afterwards to do again more insight into the operations that we have and the models that we handle. Now, as I mentioned, I'm also based in China. From that location, again, leading business development in Southeast Asia. But I will first give you an indication of what we do in China. In terms of operations, it's very much focused, as I said, on forest products. So everything that is linked to, let's say, the forest, be it paper pulp, lumber, wood pulp, so everything that we can link to the forest, let's say, we handle in China. In China, we actually have 2 terminals. It's together with it's a joint venture setup. Something, by the way, that we also are looking into to expand in Southeast Asia. It's not only greenfield opportunity that we look at. We're also looking at partnering up with existing port operators so that we can again create win-win scenarios. With that being said, again, we have a partner already for a long time. As you can see, we started in 1997 with the terminal in China. We're currently handling about, let's say, 5.3 to 5.4 million of wood pulp, the main commodity. Just to make papers, hygiene products, tissues, and such. 4.3 million of that volume that we handle comes through break bulk. Only 1 million comes to containers. You can see on the pictures on the slides after, break bulk operations are, of course, core of the activities that we do in China. Next to that, we have our warehouses on the terminal itself, so we can store the goods there. We can distribute them further along the Yangtze River. You can see it here. Jiangsu is actually, let's say, an hour and a half from Shanghai. And it's a port that is dedicated to not only forest, we also handle steel and other commodities like windmill, but let's say the main commodities is forest. And the idea is it comes in through the terminal, we store it there, and then we actually distribute alongside the Yangtze River all the way up to the farthest destination, let's say, which is Chongqing. You see some other pictures we can handle, of course, and we can operate multiple vessels that come to our. I think we can easily do up to 4 vessels that we can handle simultaneously, be it with wood pulp, be it with paper reels. You can load barges on the other side of the birds as well. And more we see windmill blades being part of the alternative energy commodity, and if we can handle also. Again, some more pictures. Our helicopter views of the operations that we do. We can see G2 Ocean, for example, one of our biggest shipping lines in terms of break bulk. To our terminal. Right, then we have a second terminal, which is the Golan terminal. Previous one was Changshu, as I mentioned, close to Shanghai. The Golan terminal is actually in the south of China. We try to, of course, serve the southern market as well, especially the Guangxi province, which is really upcoming forest products. It's again a joint venture setup. For the previous terminal, we had a 75-25 setup. This is a 50-50% setup, but it's with the same partner. Try to, of course, we have a preference for that because again, the partner knows us, knows where we stand in terms of quality and operations. It makes it much easier to do with the existing partner. Again, same setup. You can see the terminal activities here as well. We have multiple warehouses that we built to international standards so that the quality is guaranteed. And the same shipping lines will also keep the terminal. Again, talking about G2, Saga, Thailand. From this terminal in Colombia, we can serve the southern market, as I mentioned. And also we do a lot of, again, transshipments to Southeast Asia. This is something that is currently happening. So we know these flows, but the idea was always also to have our operations in Southeast Asia. Again, some more pictures. You can see, of course, we're part of a container terminal operation. So again, that adds the value that we can also offer the container services. But most of the commodities, as I mentioned, also in Golan, comes through break bulk operation. These are some pictures of the commodities that we handle most, let's say. Again, wood pulp, the main commodity that we handle. We also do a lot of paper reels, of course, being more of the finished product that we handle. A lot of lumber is also coming in. Again, this is break bulk and container operations, as you can see. And it's for the commodity. Again, we'll post a video afterwards where you can see a lot more other activities that we do. I have 2 slides to give you here a brief overview of our freight forwarding services. We'll not go into too much detail. We can get the information afterwards as well. It's just that you can know, as part of our value creation, we offer also freight forwarding services to our sister company, mp4 Logistics. We already have offices in Southeast Asia. Just recently, they opened offices in Indonesia, so they are already active there. They will complement, of course, the terminal operations that we can provide. That doesn't mean that we don't work with other freight forwarders, but it's just, this is within the group. But we also have other freight forwarders that we work with. One of these other freight forwarders is BPH, which is a more of an internal company, mostly focused on Asia. So where NPL has actually global reach, but also from Southeast Asia. BPH is really dedicated China and also Southeast Asia. We also have volumes coming to China that are redirected all the way to Indonesia. Again, mentioning that this is within the commodity that we do in China, which is forest. Now, that being said, I will take you give you some more insight into the growth strategy that we developed as of 2023, actually, that we're currently executing, and also give you some more insight on sustainability. So in 2023, we actually sat together and created a following growth strategy. This is currently, as I mentioned, being executed as part of business development that I spearhead the expansion. We try to reach foremost that's in Southeast Asia, but as you can see, this slide, we also have some other regions where we try to review, would like to be active, let's say, in the near future. So we have, on the one side, we try to enhance, let's say, the current industry that we have, which is the forest products, having actually that as our not only Southeast Asia, but if you look at the whole ASEAN market, that will definitely be a growth market. Next to that, we also, second pillar, let's say, our growth strategies, is that we look at other commodities that we do currently within the group, talking about steel, fertilizers, fresh and frozen, so on. So really looking to diversify with other commodities, but also, of course, as I mentioned, other markets. We can see in our small graph timeline, first focus was actually see what we can do in China, but then also complement it. We can grow and expand in the ASEAN region. Then in a longer term, let's say, we're also looking at India and also South America. India, again, very huge growth market for us in terms of forest, but also other commodities. And why South America? It might seem a little bit out of place, but it's because we have a lot of customers in South America that are actually exporting their forest products all the way to China. So you have a connection there, the existing customer, and existing the shipping lines already coming from that region all the way to Asia. So that's the reason why also South America is in that scope. How we actually do that is we follow, let's say, three smaller strategies. We follow our customers, these three customers that are active in those regions. We also follow the commodities that we do as a group. Because again, I mentioned the essential goods that we try to use around the world to our port center. And then also we try to leverage our network and our partners. So we have other port groups that we try to, again, get to know, of course. We have the existing ones within our network, but also new ones that we try to see if we can work together. So that's the way actually we mapped out this growth strategy. Important to know is we implement this growth strategy with the idea that we really want to be active in port and terminal operations. That is our key strength. Of course, next to that, it's storage and the distribution of it. Really, the key is actually that we want to be active in the terminal and the ports, that we can link it with our global network. If there are any questions afterwards on the strategy, please do ask. Then a small part also on innovation and sustainability, given that is also part of taking a developing role, both in China, but also on group level. So on group level, we have our SDGs that we follow. These 6 SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, are actually specifically for China that we enroll through the entity, and which guide us actually through the actions that we put. And next to that, we are also part of the United Nations Global Compact. So they offer training as well on sustainability. Where we participate year after year. In these trainings, we get more knowledge on where sustainability trend is going. Next to that, we're also part of the EcoVadis, which is a sustainability rating. We currently have a bronze medal. We're working our way up to gold and even platinum, just to show our customers, especially the forest product industry, that we are serious about innovation and also sustainability. The way we do that actually, at this action plan, and again, this is specifically on China, but we can see also an action plan on the group level. It follows a sustainability by the other group. If we look at calculating our emissions, to all scopes, scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3. So we really want to know in terms of our thermal operations, in terms of our distribution, in terms of our storage, where the emissions are that we actually produce. Quite a detail. So every terminal truck, every lift truck, every warehouse, every vessel, we try to calculate the emission. Because once we measure them and we know, one of those action points that we take is through the transition project, electrification project of our thermal equipment. So we're looking more and more towards electric equipment. If it's possible, if it's up to the operation standards and that can handle commodities equally as good as combustion engines, which we actually tested last year, which we found actually doable and viable. We actually replace our fleet more and more with electric trucks and trucks. For the most heavy ones, 12-tonners and 16-ton lift trucks, we're also looking currently into hydrogen. So again, these are equipments. Sorry, this is equipment that is actually quite heavily used, intensively used. So it's not the battery is not always up to that stress level, let's say. So we have to recharge it multiple times, which sometimes delay the operations. For the lighter fleet of lift trucks and thermal trucks, that's no issue. But if we look at the heavier ones, we're looking at the renewable source of energy that can pick up for a longer duration. And we're looking at hydrogen. Next to that, it's not only our emissions that we calculate, we're also calculating the emissions of our customers. Because of course, they require this information also take action from their side, or what we also can do is take action together. Then I'm really talking about what we call the green business projects, where we look with our customers on what we can do together to actually decrease the emissions in their operations. And that can be through joint investments, again, electric equipment. That can be through, again, as we mentioned, contract logistics. If we are at this site, or we take over the operations, let's say in a more efficient way, again, we jointly do that, then it can all have an impact to which the emissions are actually decreased. And next to that, of course, we need to make our colleagues more knowledgeable, on sustainability or ESG. So we, as I mentioned, we take trainings, as you can see, like the climate emission accelerator trainings from the UNGC. We also have internal trainings in sustainability so that our colleagues can become more and more knowledgeable on the environmental footprint as a company. And then the last part is what we call the double materiality assessment. It's actually, in a nutshell, it's actually reaching out to stakeholders, see how they think about sustainability. Then you can actually do a sort of gap analysis of actions that you are currently taking as a company are in line with what your stakeholders think or want. That's also very important. You keep an eye, not only an eye, but that we also take action on sustainability that is in line with what stakeholders think. This is just a slide, but it's part of the commercial team. So not a lot of information here. And these are the new built warehouses in Berlin. This is actually the end of my presentation. It gives you a brief overview, let's say, of the Euroports group, of what the activities are in China, and again, also on how we see our growth in Southeast Asia and other markets, as well as the sustainability and innovation activities we currently do. I would normally suppose to show you a video or give you more insight into that, but I will post the links if the sound is not working. But we can click on that and you can add it after this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence, for the presentation. The participants, do you have any questions?
We actually visited Vietnam last year. I see that the colleagues of the IMC are here.
Yeah.
So again, we visited them as well. It was a very interesting visit. So yeah, glad to see some many companies.
Any questions? Yeah, I think all the participants now have met you online and then have your contact information now. I will send you later to them. Yeah, so definitely they can like contact you later for any business opportunities. And then, yeah, it's also a very interesting presentation on the insight, get insight of Euroports in Southeast Asia. I don't know if okay, maybe I can share the video from my side here. I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think I can open it now.
Just for the attendees here, as I mentioned, we visited Vietnam. It was a very insightful mission that we did together with a lot of other Belgian companies. So as I mentioned, the idea for us is also to be active in Vietnam. So we're really looking forward to any of the current parties that are active here to see if we can work together one way or another, being the location that is of course feasible for you, but also feasible for us. So if anyone of actually the participants says later on, okay, I definitely see sort of business opportunity for both of us, please feel free to reach out. Definitely can have further discussions on that. We're really looking forward to we're open for, again, everything, all the way from joining together on port operations, terminal operations to distribution, to storage. There's a lot of things that I think we can share and learn from each other. We're really an open group in terms of doing things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Share the video. You see the video now.
Euroports is one of the leading port infrastructure operators with a wide footprint of more than 50
Wait a
port
moment.
terminals.
I think I didn't share with the voice. Okay.
Okay.
Euroports is one of the leading port infrastructure operators with a wide footprint of more than 50 port terminals. These are strategically located on key trade routes in Europe and Asia, complemented by integrated end-to-end supply chain services that include forwarding services through Manuport logistics. Every year we handle approximately 70 million tons of essential bulk and break bulk commodities. These consist of paper, pulp, fertilizers, agribulk, sugar, metals and minerals. Increasingly, we also handle many fast-growing products and equipment, such as wind turbines, lithium, biofuel and recycling waste. Our team of approximately 2,700 dedicated professionals develops, operates and manages global maritime supply chain solutions for international customers in key industry sectors. Our vision is to bring essential goods to people across the world in a sustainable manner through our world-leading port-centric network. Our mission is to operate a global network of port terminals supported by logistics solutions centered around essential commodities. We're dedicated to delivering industry-leading services that bring value to our customers. We do this by being efficient, agile, sustainable and profitable. Our daily operations, which involve the handling, storage and services of various commodities, play a crucial role for our valued customers. Our mission statement outlines our commitment to our customers, employees and stakeholders and sets the direction for all of us in our daily work. At the heart of Euroports lies our unwavering commitment to our core values: safety, our responsibility; performance, our passion; respect for people, our foundation; integrity, our core; teamwork, our DNA. These values define our culture and guide our decision-making. At Euroports, we consider our people to be our most important asset. That is why we foster a high-performance, purpose-driven culture. We provide a safe working environment where people can thrive and develop. Only a motivated and skilled workforce can help us move towards our ambitious objective to expand globally with a reduced environmental footprint. Bringing essential goods to the world, together.
Vitamine C.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you. Okay,
If there are
Thank you.
no further questions, again, you can always reach me afterwards.
Mhm.
Happy to. We're in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Today, so feel free to reach me.
Okay, so thank you again, Laurent, for this presentation and interesting presentation. So please share with me with the presentation in PDF or in PowerPoint format. I will share with the participants and also your contact information, so the participant can always contact you later on.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, thank you
Very nice
everyone
one.
for joining today. Thanks again, Laurent, and a safe flight.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so
Thank you.
everyone, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you. See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.